So lately, I've been trying to take a break from playing more and more Marvel Rivals to find something else that I've been wanting to play, something that I've been interested in, or something just brand new. Recently, I just played Vermintide 2, which was a really fun game. I wanted to try something else, and oddly enough, I went back to the Warhammer universe. So this time, I went back to a game that I haven't played in a while, which was Space Marines 2. Now, initially, I was super hyped for that game. It seemed super cool, and it appealed to me because I was a huge, well, I still am, a huge Gears of War fan. One that's out now, I played it for a while, and I just kind of got bored of it. But this one seemed really cool. I was into the first one when it came out, never played it, so this time I was like, all right, it looks a lot better, and it gives me that, like, Gears of War kind of feel. So I tried playing Space Marines for a while, and not that it was bad or anything, but I was just so deep into playing World of Warcraft that I just never bothered to like give it its due time. So I did dabble with the story mode a little bit and a little bit of the online, but that was kind of it. I think I played it for like a week and I just kind of hung it up for a while until about a week ago. I downloaded the game again and didn't know anything about what they've done to it thus far, and I just kind of went with it. I went immediately back into playing the story mode, which I regret not finishing off when I initially was playing it because that story mode was super cool. And in the story mode, it never felt like it was just dragging. It felt like I was getting immersed into it, and I had a lot of fun with it. It mixed in a lot of the cool cinematics with what was going on, and it was so well done. The ending was perfect. So that's one of the positives to this, was that the story mode was really good. Really engaging. It didn't feel too long, and again, it didn't feel like it was dragging along or anything. It was just a good story mode. Getting more into like the game itself, it's more of like one of those instance-based games or like a scenario or whatever, kind of like what you would get out of maybe like a Vermintide 2 if you ever played it, or like a Helldivers kind of thing where you just dropped into kind of like a segment of the story mode and then you're just going. And you complete these objectives, maybe get little side things here or there, like these little data modules, and that's pretty much it. You fight off hordes of these aliens, and you win. As soon as you win, you get your credit for your victory, and those credits are used to upgrade. So going into the upgrades, it's not too in-depth. And when I mean not too in-depth, I mean not in depth at all, really. You have your pistol, you have your melee weapon, your primary weapons, but like you don't really get too deep into like the upgrading system. It's just like a very small tree that you just pick like two paths, and I think there's like 3 tiers to it, and that's pretty much it. So there's not a lot to it, which may be a good thing or a bad thing. If you just want to get in there and just start ripping heads off of aliens, and perfect. Then you don't got to worry about this crazy in-depth upgrade system. It's just really easy and very simple. Another thing they have in this game, which is pretty good, is they have these trials. So for each one of the classes, like 5 classes or so, you have these trials, and there's 3 trials within each class. And all it really does is give you a good feel of the class and what to do and just how to navigate with it. Really easy, kind of gets you ready for either PvPing or doing the actual like objectives or the scenarios or whatever you want to call them. The customization is okay. It's funny because it kind of makes you get that feel of like you're actually painting these little models, because they have like these bases that you start out with, and then you have a pretty decent selection of colors, and you can just go crazy with it. Now, you can't do that off the jump because you have to unlock things. And there's this unlock system that they have with the credits that you get from either PvPing or from doing the objective scenarios. And you can go through the little catalog that they have, and you can pick different types of bases, some kind of like armor skins in different colors. You can also get like emblems that will go on your armor. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can make the character yours and just have a ball with it, do whatever you want, bring your little toy to life. Now, multiplayer was fun, and it's the same exact thing when I initially played it back when it came out in like September or something. It doesn't feel like it's a selling point of the game. Not that it's bad, but it just felt like it was like an add-on to the game a little later. Like they had the thought of doing it, and they didn't really put much effort into it. It feels like I'm trashing it super hard, but it's not like really bad, but it's not what you would really get out of like a Gears of War or something like that, where like you can tell that multiplayer was a big part of the game. This one was whatever. If it was somewhat bland for the most part, you can tell like in playing it. Like, again, you pick a class. There's a lot of tuning that needs to happen because there's just one class that just jetpacks in the air and smashes the ground with his sword or with the hammer, and it just annihilates you. And if you're playing like a sniper class, which I tended to do a lot, you just get wrecked by those things because if you get a shot off, they just jump in the air and as soon as you look up, they're smashing right back on the ground and they kill you. So, and that one seemed to be by far like the best class in the game. So you can tell there needs to be some kind of tuning. The snipers don't do anything. I felt like I was getting headshots, but I wasn't getting anything out of the headshots. I wasn't getting like a huge chunk of their health taken out. Maybe I just suck and it looked like I was getting headshots, but it certainly didn't feel like I was getting anything. So that's kind of like the multiplayer thing. The maps also, I guess within the multiplayer, I could use more. I think everybody can use more. There's certainly a lot of areas in the story mode or there's certainly a lot of ideas you can just pull from the story mode or just the objectives and kind of use that base as a multiplayer map. But you know, the ones they give you are kind of cool. It just didn't feel like there was enough. It really felt like I was playing the same map over and over again, or it was just 2 on repeat. I don't even know how many maps there really are. Again, it just made me feel like I was playing on a repeat. I don't mean to trash the game. It's actually a really cool game. The story mode is really cool. The little objective scenario things are really cool. The customization's pretty cool. Again, you don't got to worry too much about the upgrade system, which, I mean, is either a pro or a con depending on how you look at it. The multiplayer is okay at best. I'll wait around for a little bit. I definitely will keep coming back to playing this game, which I have. Again, I've been playing like for a week at least, and I've been having fun just jumping into scenarios and PvP every now and then. But like the game feels super smooth. Inputs are perfect. It doesn't feel like it's laggy. It just feels smooth. The graphics are super beautiful. But like the overall gameplay, again, is really good. I think you get a lot for this game. And you get a lot for this game, and I'm glad I went back into it because there's so much of the game that I missed. And the true, like the core part of the game, which I'm assuming are the objective things, are fun. And it's only you and 2 other people, and I just been solo queuing it with 2 randos, and I've been having fun with it. It feels satisfying after you get the victory, and it's a really good game. I just regret not playing it enough when it came out. I'll give that to World of Warcraft. That was World of Warcraft's fault. If you're into looking for another game to play, you want something that's not so hard to get into, easy, with a decent story that's not super long, I think this was a perfect game. I would say pick it up because it is fun. And they're doing a lot of updates to the game. They're still pumping out content. It's still a relatively new game. There are more things to come, a lot of content. That's kind of my overall look at Space Marines 2. Good game. I definitely think you should pick it up, and yeah, we'll see what the next one is. Peace.
Hey.
Detonation in 5. Brace for shockwave.
Okay.
No mercy for any that would desecrate the Emperor's domain. No Xenos bioscans. Mission successful to us.
Oh, dude.
Return to the battle match.